And are you looking for more of an earthy type of man? What type of man are you looking for?
I don't know. I like a man with hair. If I can find a man that has locks, that'll work for me. But I kind of want to date rich men.
But when you say rich, what do you mean?
Like wealthy, either black men or white men.
If you want to date wealthy black or white men, I'm not saying your hair isn't beautiful. So that's a different kind of aesthetic. Not saying you're not beautiful with your locks, but you're going to have to do something very different. You're going to have to go straight.
So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like there isn't a beauty standard and like there isn't a certain look that the men who are considered high value in society, they go for a specific look when it comes to women. I don't know, something about the first advice right off the bat being to get rid of the locks. I'm really tired of the rhetoric that locks or even natural hair in general is seen as less than. What happened to checking for things like character traits when it comes to attracting a certain kind of man?
So it's either you braid down your locks and put a wig on, you get a sew-in, you undo your locks and then do some clip-ins, but you have to go a different direction with your hair. I'm only saying this because you said this is the man you want. These were your words.
Right.
Like, however, if you don't want to change, there is a man who will like your aesthetic. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, Olivia, I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you so much.
Whoa!
Yes, honey.
Wow, this is beautiful. Wait. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Not saying you didn't look beautiful with your locks. Let me put that forward.
Right.
Because you still did look beautiful. But how do you feel with your new look?
Girl, so the short hair gets me more attention. However, I think it intimidates men.
Okay.
Like, they come up to me, you're gorgeous, you're pretty, but it never goes any further. Like, I don't dress like real skimpy. Like, I don't show a lot of skin. So I think that's another reason. But with the short hair, I think, like, I don't know.
I can't believe you changed your hair. I was like, she was up here before. This looks beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. It's giving 90s vibes.
Yes, honey.
And I will say the right man is not intimidated. If they come up to you and they're like, you're beautiful, you can always say, thank you, handsome. You could throw it right back. And then that kind of opens it up for them to talk more.
I'll try that.
She's not saying she's not beautiful with her natural hair. And I'm still happy that she reinforced that and still let her know that she's beautiful with her natural hair. And I guess she's saying in a case of wanting to attract a specific type of man, being high valued, they don't want you if you have natural hair or locks. And I'm sure that if she was giving someone else who had loose natural hair, she'd give that person the same advice, because it seems the story is if you have natural hair, you're automatically a no for men that are considered high value. And based on what I'm getting here, high value in these women's mind is a man who has a lot of money, who is considered a rich man. Like, high value to me is your character, your moral compass, how you treat others, how you treat yourself. You can have all the money in the world, like you can have the fattest bank account and still be the meanest person ever. And to me, if you're like that, instantly there's no value there, because innately you're not a nice person. And so I feel like when it comes to these dating advice, we should start giving more advice about who you need to be inside rather than the outward appearance. Because let's be real, we all know how to show up as our best selves physically, but what happened to checking for the stuff internally? What happened to working on our traumas that might affect relationships and bonds and connections with people? What happened to things that we're struggling with within ourselves, like our own insecurities, stuff like that. Like, let's get advice on working on stuff like that.
For the people that are mad at that girl because she cut off her locks because she said she wanted to attract a wealthy man, like, would it have cushioned the blow more if she would have just put a wig on top of it? When it comes to all the pro-black talks and I gotta wear my natural hair and, I don't know, 4C hair and light skin, dark skin, and I can't date a white man, I don't get involved in those type of conversations because I don't take things that damn seriously. It's, for me, I don't understand it. I don't get too involved in it because to me, it's really not that serious. Like, life is short as hell. So if you're telling me that that girl cut off her hair to attract a certain type of man, she started wearing certain type of clothes to attract a certain type of man so that she can have the type of man that she wants, the type of life that she wants, the type of whatever that she wants, I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. I don't see how that affects you and your blackness and your 4C hair. I don't see how that affects any of that. Like, people have doing what they needed to do to get what they want. It's not about giving the other person what they want. Is I can get what I want, and it's not hurting anybody. It's not taking away from your blackness. Cause she cut off her locks. Does that affect you? Does it? No, it really doesn't. So I don't understand the whole conversation.
If you're attracting a man, he should love you for however you decided to show up. But like, after all is said and done, she seems like someone who just gets a hairstyle based on, like, whatever vibe she feels like. You could tell that this journey wasn't of much significance. I wouldn't say, like, I obviously don't know, and I'm just coming on the internet with like my made up assumptions and opinion. But really and truly, like, if you were so quick to get rid of your locks, they really didn't mean that much, truly. Because anyone who, I could say that if you go on a lock journey and over time it doesn't get deeper for you, 9 out of 10 times the lock journey isn't going to last. It really isn't going to go anywhere. For us women, when it comes to how we choose to present ourselves or how we choose to show up or even express our beauty, it should never be for anyone else but ourselves, because then you're performative with how you show up. It's never like your true self. And when it comes to attracting someone that, you want to build your life with and to be your life partner, wouldn't you want them to accept you for yourself and like for you at your core? I feel like when you change yourself for someone else or to get the attraction for someone else, you're not fully embracing who you are. And then she mentioned that she'd also like to attract men who are not of color. And so it's like, we all know that, well, I'd like to think anyone that started to embrace a lock journey, you'd recognize that Locks has this strong representative for black culture and like identity and heritage. And it's like, to comb out your locks is like to I'd say reject that side of you just so you can attract a different race. And it's like, you're never showing up, you're never truly embracing who you fully are. It looked to me like she was still a bit early in her lock journey. Definitely beautiful locks, had a lot of potential to grow and get really long. But I just don't like when us as women feel like we need to alter our appearances just to be essentially chosen and picked by a certain type of guy. I think we should show up as we are authentically, and whoever sees us, like really sees us, then they're the people for us. But we can't follow trends when it comes to our looks, because trends are always changing. You just have to be who you truly are. No, you combed out your locks, got a pixie cut, and it's like it backfired because no, you intimidate men.